Today's goal is to find the center of a data set. Here we have a dot plot that represents the number of hours students spent studying for an exam. As you can see, there's a number line at the bottom, and that number line tells us number of hours. So here, someone could have studied 0 hours. How many people studied 0 hours? 2. There's 2 dots. Each dot represents 1 person. How many people studied 1 hour? 4. 4 dots. Again, each dot is just 1 person responding to this survey or this data collection. Our first job is just to list all the data points in order. So starting with 0, we had 2 of those. So 0, 0, 1, we had 4 of those. 2 hours, looks like we had 6 of those. 3 hours, 3 people. 4 hours, 2 people. 5 hours, 2 of them. None for 6 hours. And 7 hours, we had 1 person. So how many total points, how many total people were there? We can count them up. And if you count them up, you should see that there were 20 people in this survey. Next is to find the mean. Do we remember what is the mean? The mean is the average. To find the average, you're going to add up all these numbers and divide by that 20 that we found. So get your calculator out for this one. We have 0 and 0. We don't really have to do that, but we can start at 1. So go ahead and with me right now, total it up and see if you get the same thing I do. I think I made an error. Gotta do that one more time. Hopefully you got 50. So we have 50 and divide by what? 20 total data points. 50 divided by 20 is 2.5 for our mean. And that's in hours. It says mark that on the dot plot, so right in between 2 and 3 we can put an X and show that that is the mean. Our next job is to find the median. Median is like the middle, like the median on a road. So it's the physical center of the data. We have all the data in order. So we really just need to either cover up value by value to find that middle, or we can cross off one at a time. You can use the dot plot or the list. So right now I'll use the list and cross off one on each side, and do this with me or use your hands. When we get to the center, we notice that we have 2 values left. We're looking for the middle. The median is right in between here. And what's right in between 2 and 2? That would be the average of the 2, and they're the same. So that's simple. The average is 2. So right here, the median is 2. And now let's mark that on the dot plot with another X. Right here, 2. That's that X right there. Now, do we think there are any outliers here? Outliers, that's like a person who would be way off the grid, a little high, too high, a little too low. Well, I'm thinking maybe that person at 7. What do you think? So here, I would say yes. 7 hours looks 7 hours looks too high compared to the other values. Next, using your intuition, describe the center of this data set. Explain your intuition. What is intuition? That's like what you feel, what you think is the right answer, that you can just figure out. You don't need anyone to tell you a formal way. It's just your own thoughts. Well, let's look. Personally, I would probably say that this point here looks to be a little more in the center of the data. However, if we exclude that outlier, probably something closer to 2 is going to be the center. So you might write either one. So I'm going to say right now that I think the center looks to be right around the mean. Around 2.5 hours. Because it looks like the center.